It's the classic case of you need experience to get the job, but how do you get the experience?
Why we lose.
What's up YouTube? My name's Warren Manigan. I'm a videographer for music artists.
And I'm Ryan Mogul, his manager and his boy since 4th grade.
And today we're going to tell you how we got started in the music industry and how we got our first gig.
You heard the man. Let's dive on into it.
Okay, first things first, quick backstory on us. We both graduated from college in 2016, and we don't want to get too far into this, but basically we had jobs that we weren't happy with.
Shout out all my accountants.
Classic story here. We're looking for more fulfillment and purpose in our life, so we were trying to figure out what we were passionate about.
We're both passionate about basketball. 5'7" stature, so I realized NBA was not in the cards. And then we looked back and realized the most fun that we had was our previous vacation to Australia, where we both bought GoPros, ended up filming the whole thing, setting it to a little music. It's just something that we would always watch or, go to whenever we weren't feeling ourselves. We'd always be like, I want to get back to that. I want to get back to that energy. And so after watching it over and over, and we're like, wait, could we possibly turn that into something of a career?
Eureka!
Segueing off Ryan, we're avid music enthusiasts, so we follow a lot of musicians on Instagram. During this time, they would start coming out with these DJ recaps. And eventually it caught on, like, wait, there's a kid behind a camera making these.
Yeah. We're like, is that an actual job? Is that something someone can do? Wouldn't that be sick? Capturing someone else's memories? Like, we had so much enjoyment doing ours. So the first thing we did was, like, we gotta film something that resembles a DJ edit or these videos we've seen.
Which essentially means me and him running around outside doing, like, action movements,
we were
to
trying
replicate DJs with the CO2 going off and the pyro going off.
We were trying somehow to build the hype and momentum that we saw on these DJ edits, but with just us, just two normal dudes who can't do anything, really. No flips, nothing crazy.
A lot of videographers can backflip, we can't do that.
Oh, backflip colder? Psych.
Do a handstand on that rock for me, please.
We were slowly working towards this outdoor DJ edit of me and Warren. I was there sitting at my accounting desk, ironically, just scrolling through my Instagram feed on my desktop, which I don't think anyone does, but as an accountant, you gotta do something to entertain yourself. And I got a sponsored ad that Echo Stage, which is known as like the biggest EDM music artist venue in DC, which was the closest venue to us pretty much, was having just like an open call hiring for like all their positions. Didn't even mention videographer. I don't even think it mentioned photographer. Really vague. Immediately got up, called Warren, was like, yo, look what I just found. Like, this is the biggest venue. Let's just finish that edit and let's go there. It was like in 2 days. It was really crazy. So it was crunch time. It was pretty funny because we live in a small rural town at the time, and we're like, yo, nothing here is gonna cut it. Nothing here is really gonna bring the hypeness. So at like 10 p.m. me and Warren, like after looking through those, we're like, you know what? We're going for this. We might as well go all out. Hopped in my car, booked it down to DC.
Hour away.
Yeah, hour away, and essentially spent from 10 p.m. to like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just filming as much as we could down there.
Which turned out to be great because the monuments had no people at these hours, so...
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool just like experience, because those things are packed. We got back from DC at like 5 a.m. We started going through the clips. I had work at 8 a.m., so we had a little bit on the timeline, but nothing juicy, nothing that was gonna sell us. I went to work thinking Warren was gonna sleep, and this madman just went off.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
We were both at the same editing level at this time, but he just went off, bouts of inspiration on this thing, and I helped him finish it up a little bit, just touches here and there, and we were ready to go at 10 a.m. the next morning for the interview. Basically, felt like we achieved the edit that we were striving for the first time. So I don't know if you want to talk about the beautiful interview that we had.
This is the infamous Echo Stage interview, kind of where it all began here. We pulled up together and there was a room of people. Everyone was interviewing alone, but of course, us being us, we signed the paper together and we interviewed together.
It was also funny. There was a bunch of people in there. They were wearing suits, and me and Warren both showed up. Like Warren was wearing like a leather jacket, and I think I had on like something similar. So we were just completely did not fit the mold.
We honestly were like, okay, we're gonna dress up like artists, right? That's what what you're doing here. And people were in suits, so that threw us off first. So we're like, okay, we're not getting this, no shot. Then we're sitting down. The guy calls our name. Me and Ryan get up, and he's like, oh, you guys are interviewing together? And then we're like, yes, sir. And he's like, what are you guys, the Step Brothers?
Mr. Huff, Mr. Jenner is ready for your interview.
Actually, we'll be interviewing as a team. We're here to fuck shit up.
Dazzling, dilated display, a new sound. We on live on stage.
Move it.
Look at each other, we're like, damn, pretty much. Yeah, so essentially after the Step Brothers Bonanza, us two walked into the room with the guy and pretty much just flipped up Warren's laptop and was like, we want to be videographers for the music artists that come through. We have no experience, but this week we saw this advertisement and we put together the closest thing we could do to a DJ edit of just us. He was already like, all right, Step Brothers, now this. But he hit play and he was like, this is actually pretty darn good for what you guys just explained to me. Like, they actually called up their creative director and
Basically, she gave the approval that, okay, they know how to edit.
she was like, all right, let's give them a shot. Like, you can come to our next artist next week, which was Paul Van Dyke.
We were in there nervous when they were watching the video because we didn't know what the reaction was gonna be. We were just learning off YouTube tutorials and like we thought we were doing it right, you know what I mean? But then to have an actual creative director say, yeah, they know what they're doing. Like that was the first confidence boost. I know people will look at, oh, am I getting paid? Am I getting paid? Like, am I going on tour? Like, and that's it. Or like, how many likes am I getting on Instagram? If you get that little win first of just someone who's in the industry that says, okay, all right, they got a little something, come next week and try to make an edit video for us.
Yeah, we really went in with no expectations. I mean, we didn't even post the video ourselves at that time. It was really just for this, and we were just like, we just want a shot. I think that's the biggest thing you need to know if you want to get into this is you're not going to be making buku bucks off the rip. You're not going to have anything guaranteed. It just needs to be you're passionate about it, and if you show you have drive, like, you know, me and Warren did right off the rip, and you put that drive into your product, people will realize that. Maybe not be everybody because there's a lot of creative differences, but you know, if you believe it, then other people will believe it, and
that's the main thing. Just believing in yourself. I mean, we were going home from that interview like dapping each other up, excited just off the opportunity to shoot for free.
Yeah.
So I think when you celebrate, like I said, the little wins, that's when you can gain the confidence to start going for the big picture. So now we're gonna pull out our laptop here and just like look at the video ourselves.
Pull up the old 13-inch MacBook.
We're gonna split the screen somehow right now. Y'all gonna watch the video with us.
Oh, gonna need to look up a tutorial for that. Just kidding.
We were staying in Paris to get away from your parents, and I thought, wow, if I could take this in a shot right now, I don't think that we could work this out on the terrace. I don't know if it's fair, but I thought, how could I let you fall by yourself? Well, I'm wasted with someone else. Here we go.